Hey, I was going to upload a stream VOD today, but I figured I'd save that for my birthday so that I have a day off for a change. I thought I'd show you guys what I'm working with my current tonfa build. Now, as you may know, there are some hidden moves for each weapon class, and unfortunately it seems to have the kind of prejudice that Bloodstained had. If you remember when Bloodstained came out, the katana had like 6 moves, and then some of the other moves only had 2, like the boots, which is what I used for my little walkthrough that I did. That only had 2 moves. Some of the other moves, like the whip, only had 1. It seems like that's the case here. However, I assume that there will be more later. So I don't have any to show you yet, but apparently some of these spots over here are actually the hidden moves. Like, you can see these grayed out circles here, so we assume that these will all be hidden actives, if not passives. Right now, there's been one to be confirmed that drops off Hanzo in I guess, the Expert Warrior mission. Actually, no, the one you do for the Mystic Art for the Tonfa, which I should have tomorrow, actually. I'm very close to having 185,000 proficiency, but I need to get farther in the story before that mission will unlock, apparently. So what happens is when you learn it, it will appear on the skill tree. And what's nice is that you don't have to grind for it. I guess they figure the drop rate seems to be like mobile gacha game tier. Some people have beaten these bosses like dozens of times and haven't gotten it yet. So it's already learned. You don't have to grind out another proficiency point, which is nice. So I'll probably be doing the grinding for that on my birthday, actually. So I've got a White Bone Spirit Tonfa with Imbue Corruption. I have the dual sword, which I'm not using that much at this time. And then I have the full Sahaya set. I actually got lucky and I got a smithing text for it, just when playing with JD Lightside. And I got the rest of them purple, just from fighting Revenants. It seems like it's one of the most common early mid-game, like, light armor sets. Now, set armor bonuses definitely got nerfed across the board, but what's nice here is you get life drain off a kill and you get melee damage off a yokai, which is actually pretty nice. A lot of the other light armor sets, I haven't really been able to find information on them, so I've just kind of been leveling this one up. Now what's important is that you go to your Shiftling tree and you get these here. These allow you to imbue certain active moves with elements, and if you apply 2 elements at once, you will get Discord. Not the gamer chat program, but the status ailment. They did nerf it quite a bit in this game, apparently, but you can proc it very easily. So what I did, let me go to customization. What I did is I put it on Pulverize, but you may want to put it on here too, as Heavenly Chain is quite a bit faster, and you can cancel out of it faster. So I'm going to go ahead and put Lightning on. Now, if you want to use it on Pulverize, what you need to do is put it on Demon Dance. Actually, I don't want this on here. Take that off. You want it in mid stance because if you've used Tonfas in this game, you would know that the heavy attack combo has horrendous tracking, and the hitbox is quite realistic, whereas the mid stance one has a much more generous hitbox. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on a Heavenly Chain. Put Lightning on. Now what you can also do is you can spread these apart your various stances. So if you want to go low stance, you can put like one of these on. So for high stance, I generally don't use it much unless it's a human boss. A human boss, you kind of get the parrying disabled a little bit. I don't think anybody's found the parrying disabled versus enemy ability affix in this yet. But generally in high stance, the only good string you have is your basic string. It comes out pretty fast, and it does a lot of stamina damage. So you may want to put it on, like, I don't know, shove or something. So right now I've got, let's see here, I've got lightning on Heavenly Chain, and then water on the Demon Dance, which means that Pulverize will also get that proc too. So let's go ahead and take this off, since low stance Demon Dance is not too hot. See, I would put it on Heavenly Chain here, but the problem is the hitbox on the triangle combo, the strong attack combos is really bad. So I think I'm gonna go with Serpents on here. So now, in every stance, I have at least one thing that procs elements, but like I said, I think mid stance is the best overall right now for the point in the game I'm at. So let's go ahead and try it out, do a field test. Oh sure, let's fight him. Might die, but whatever. I spent the majority of today trying to get the Saratobi's gun sticks, smithing text to drop, and I got no luck at all. However, I did get a bunch of levels, so actually getting through the rest of the game should be a little bit more tolerable, hopefully. Alright, so let's go ahead and proc Discord. Nice punish. What a troll. I was not aware that he could heal. But you're seeing it's proccing Discord. So let's try high stance. What did I put it on? I think I put it on shove. Oh no, I put it on this. Okay. So let's buff out here. Let's see how many elixirs I have. It's from doing all that grinding today. So I feel a little better about it at least. bullshit. He still got that off, even though he was almost staggered. Of course, when I'm recording, I can't fight the bosses. There we go. Not bad. Not the best, but you can kind of see how it works. On normal enemies, they pretty much just get decimated. Their ki goes down really fast. Alright, let's skip this. Not that that's that surprising. Tonfas have always been one of the go-to weapons for humanoid bosses. Okay, so if you want to see my build, as you can see, I'm very close to having the max proficiency. By the time that I get to the main mission that unlocks it, I should be able to just go straight in there. And then you're probably going to see a lot of streaming of trying to get that damn move to drop. Okay, so here's my build here. I went skill plus 20 because I'm using the dual katanas as my secondary weapon. And then I have 16 and 17 dexterity and magic, respectively, because you want the buffs and everything. Apparently, the meta right now is the ninjutsu build, but I'm not really going to be using that. And then what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be pumping into courage so that I have max damage for my tonfas. Now, if you want to see my loadouts, got here elixir, obviously, protection talisman, power pill, rejuvenation talisman, and then I have bomb, which is just usually to piss off the enemies and take aggro, kind of reduce the crowds a little bit. Purification talisman, which is really nice on yokai bosses. If you pop this, just your basic your T-string and mid stance is going to take off a lot of damage, and then you can also chain right into heavily chain after that, and you can proc discord that way. Steel talisman, and then gust talisman is because I'm no good at clicking on heads. It's my gaming weakness. It's why I don't play shooters. I don't like them much to begin with, but I'm just not good at the whole third-person shooter thing. I actually recommend this a lot if you're running a mostly melee build like I am, because it will prevent the asshole typical Team Ninja trademark dudes that shoot rockets and stuff at you from 10 miles away. Prevent them from damaging you. I think it's quite nice to have. However, you could probably put on something else, like for the mission I just did, for example, which doesn't have any projectiles to worry about. And then, since this is still the first playthrough, I don't really have anything crazy here. Untouched ninjutsu would probably be nice if you're trying to run the broken build, but I'm not even sure how that's done exactly. So the tonfa's got melee damage plus yokai, which is really nice, and then active, the move. Key consumption is nice too. And I already went over this set. I haven't really min-maxed any of this stuff yet. I guess we'll try that really quick before I go. Active skill break is probably pretty optimal. That means that your Heavenly Chain or your Pulverize is going to do a ton of key damage. If you're in like co-op with somebody, or you have one of the blue graves assisting you, you can really easily take off a ton of their health, like with no effort at all. So let's check the armor. Maybe I can make something good here. Nothing too great there. Let's go for drop rate, because I've been too lazy to get the Kodamas. I find that stuff kind of boring. Faster winded recovery actually might be quite nice. I think I'll go with that instead. Can always stack drop rate later on. That seems pretty whack. Let's try to min-max this, maybe find something. Got some tonfa prejudice here. It's not giving me anything I can use. Still drawing a blank here. I'm probably going to be using this the rest of the game and just going to upgrade it gradually. So it'd be nice if I could get something for tonfas. Not really any information on what things can spawn, so that's probably part of the problem too. Oh, wild lions, I'll take that, sure. Went through all my money doing that, but I'll get more later. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Just thought I'd show what I'm working with. This is not a definitive build or anything. This is just what I'm using to get through the game. Now, I assume that since you'll be able to proc Discord a lot easier in this game with the tonfa, I assume that you could probably put it on Devastation when you get Saratobi's gun sticks and probably do some insane damage, but I haven't seen anybody really test that yet. I'm progressing through this game quite slowly. Obviously been healing from my injury, and then also I do get frustrated. Sometimes I want to just stop playing and before I get too pissed off, which I think is a healthy thing to do with a frustrating by design game like this. But hopefully I will be done by the end of this week at the rate I'm going, and I'll see if I can update this. So if you want to use tonfas, I think this is actually one of the best early game builds. Like I said, set bonuses have been nerfed across the board. I don't know which one would be optimal. A lot of the wikis are kind of incomplete right now. Obviously, this game just has a metric ass ton of information. I know that the Fextra Life one is not open source, meaning they have like a handful of people working on it, and this game just has too much. It has too much stuff for 2 people to fill it out quickly. I did look at some Japanese wikis earlier, and they're kind of in the same spot right now, actually, even though they're open source. So if I get some more information, I will relay it to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and have fun with tonfas. Definitely use the tonfas because you can play with a katana and 5 million other games. You don't get to play as tonfas that much. They're not even in Dynasty Warriors anymore. So take advantage of it. I hope this will help the other tonfa fanboys out there. Peace.